Oh, he on. Dude, what the fuck, man? Is there fall damage? Oh, we about to see. Mods, turn the clips off. Turn the clips off right now. Turn them off. Turn the clips. The chat is slandering me. This is not cool. When Pokemon first appeared in the United States back in the 90s, it was like the children's version of when crack hit the 1980s. You could not go anywhere on any playground without seeing children trading cards or acting as if they were familiar with the rules of the card game. Both of these activities were commonplace. Witnessing everything in real time was a fun and engaging experience. You just had to be there. On one hand, there were children having the time of their lives, and on the other hand, there were adults who were screaming that Pikachu was actually just witchcraft. One of my favorite spoof episodes of South Park was based on Pokemon, which had become such a craze that it inspired this moment.
Shin Pokemon is super you-love toy #1.
There were 3 key factors that contributed to Pokemon's rise across homes in the United States. Those 3 things included the anime, the cards, and the original Game Boy games. See, the red and blue version's link cable was a significant step forward in gaming. The fact that players were able to trade Pokemon made an already inherently social game even more sociable. This was accomplished by enabling players to exchange their favorite Pokemon. When I think back on those times, it always brings back such pleasant memories, but more importantly, it serves as a reminder of how poor the majority of people were in terms of their technological knowledge. Link cable? Nah, we were just too naive to realize that that product in question was nothing more than a USB cord which they charged us $50 for. The thing is though, my connection with Pokemon has become rather challenging ever since its height of its popularity. I always have a soft spot in my heart for this IP, but it wasn't until the release of Pokemon Sun and Moon that I came to the realization that I can no longer continue to do this. And this is because of the franchise's tendency to follow a predetermined pattern. My drive to catch them all started to decrease. When it comes to the most recent Pokemon games, I'd much rather watch someone else stream it than actually play it myself. That is, until the trailer for a Pokemon clone came across my radar during the Summer Games Fest of 2023. Palworld was the name of the game, and the unveiling trailer showed creatures that resembled Pokemon, but they were carrying Dracos and slaving away for their demanding owners. At first, it was nothing more than just a meme, but after 7 months passed since the reveal trailer first aired, Palworld has finally been made available to the general public. I have some experience with the game, and I'm here to share my thoughts with you. However, before I do, I would like to make a quick disclaimer. The following video is not a full review. These are just my first impressions. My initial thoughts on Palworld are shown off in this video, but bear in mind that Palworld is an online game that's always being updated, so it's possible that my opinion could shift over time. To put it simply, whatever I say in this video should be taken with a grain of salt. And now with the disclaimer out of the way, here's what you need to know before you install Palworld. Palworld is a monster catching experience that takes place in an open world, and it includes aspects of action and survival. Imagine that Pokemon and Ark Survival had a child together. Then I would say it's that game precisely. At this very moment, Palworld is accessible on PC, Xbox, and Game Pass in early access. Yes, you heard that correctly. Please note, this is not a full game. By purchasing it at this time, you are purchasing a game that is not yet finished, but the development team has promised there will be additional updates. The company responsible for Palworld is called Pocket Pair. They're a very young studio, and from my research, they've only produced mobile games. Thus, this makes Palworld their first true major project. Whenever you start up the game for the very first time, you will be prompted to make your own character and server. It is possible for a single server to accommodate up to 32 players at any given moment on the Steam version of the game. Though it is important to note that the crossplay feature is not functioning at the time of this recording, and this is important to keep in mind if you want to plan some fun with your buddies, because it means gamers on Game Pass and Steam are not able to run together. Also, Game Pass servers can only hold up to 4 players at this time because there's no dedicated servers on Game Pass. There's currently no estimated time of arrival either for the development team's plans to implement crossplay, despite the fact they claim that it's high on their list of priorities. If I could chime in with my own personal opinion, I think you should not get too excited about crossplay to the point that you become overly optimistic. This is a story that I've heard far too many times with these early access survival games and their roadmaps. I'm not saying crossplay won't arrive, but I am saying that I've seen this story far too many times. In many cases, promises are made, and in many cases, either they're not kept at all, or they take an excessive amount of time to complete. If you wish to play with your friends, you should make sure that you all have the same version of the game just to be safe.
Great. Thanks for the tip.
Character customization is something that I would consider to be satisfactory. Although there's enough here to allow you to build something that's somewhat one of a kind, this character customizer is not the most in-depth one available. And if you're black, in the eyes of these game developers, we all look the same, so you should already know what to anticipate. Ladies and gentlemen, shift your eyes 2 slots to the right. What do we have? You know I got a rocket, right? You know I got a rocket. I gotta rock the Killmonger, right? Following the completion of the character creation process, you will be presented with a brief cutscene before being placed into the open world. After that, you're free to do whatever you want. However, it's strongly recommended that you finish the game's tutorial tasks that appear on the screen. They not only provide you with the ability to level up your character, but they also teach you the fighting mechanics, crafting, and everything else that's included in the game. In comparison to other early access games, Palworld has a significant amount of content, which is the aspect that impressed me the most about the game. In my opinion, this seems like a game that's about roughly 80% finished. It's simply lacking those minor quality of life features that can help take it to another level. When you've completed all the tutorials, you'll be able to travel to any location on the map. The fact there are fast travel points scattered all over the map make it even simpler to explore by making it more accessible. Palworld is one of those games that, even at a low level, will provide you an opportunity to explore regions that include significantly greater levels of enemies. I really dig when games do that because it allows me to test my luck by allowing me to take on more powerful foes in exchange for more experience points. And considering that I'm also a major lover of creative level design, it's always ideal if I can begin exploring what the game has to offer as soon as possible. This game has some absolutely stunning level design. There are caves, beaches, waterfronts, forests, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Therefore, it's easy to become lost in the world of Palworld due to the fact that it's so lively and friendly. And the fact that this game is optimized for the most part, mwah! We love it. Using Game Pass, I was able to play this game on my PC without encountering any type of difficulties. It's this game's inability to connect to the internet that I believe is its primary problem. I think it goes without saying that every business owner has a desire to be successful. Nevertheless, I don't believe the development team was aware of the level of success they would reach in such a short period of time. It was just recently revealed that Palworld has sold 5 million copies in its first 3 days of release, and it's only the 6th game in Steam's 21 years of existence to achieve 1 million concurrent gamers. So I say that in order to express this. If you're interested in trying out this game, you should be aware that it may be difficult to join a server with your friends at this time. The hype is insane right now, and due to the severity of the situation, the studio has reportedly had an emergency meeting with Epic Games in order to receive assistance increasing their server capacity. But if you do manage to get in, you should know you are in for a good time. Although I'm not typically interested in these early access survival games, I have no problem saying that I enjoy playing this particular game. Palworld has the ability to establish a true fan base if they continue to be upfront and produce a solid roadmap for their updates. I'm not saying that they will, but I am stating that they certainly have the potential to do so. This is due to the fact that the adjustments they made to the Pokemon formula are precisely what the franchise has been looking for quite some time now. Open world co-op adventure you can play with your friends? Yes. Real-time combat that keeps the player engaged? Yes. Giving your monsters a motherfucking Draco.
Yes, bitch, yes. Yes, bitch, yes. Yes, bitch, yes.
The fact this game provides your monsters with something to do in addition to fighting against one another is the cherry on top. You're able to put your pals to work. In this game, the player has the ability to construct a shelter, and in that location, you'll be able to delegate jobs to your monsters based on the strengths they possess. Cooking needs to be sped up? Just pull out your fire type. Have you watered your plants? No? Well, tell the water type they have to do it. And in the event you require assistance in gathering materials, you have the ability to command one of your monsters to do so at any time, even while exploring the open world. Hold up. Hit that shit, bitch. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, work. Early in the morning, magic got me working. Wanna set me free. Yeah, work harder. Work harder. The developers have also allowed players to capture other trainers, which adds another element of complexity. Following that, you can make use of these trainers in order to assist you in combat, with chores, or you can just simply sell them on the black market for some extra cash. The fact that this game is so ridiculous and exaggerated is a sign that it's self-aware and that it accepts it and it embraces it. It is my belief that this is the reason why a large number of people have become interested in playing this game. What I see holding Palworld back is Palworld itself. They've made so many promises they have to live up to that I'm afraid they might have bit off more than they can chew. Things like a lack of crossplay at launch, no dedicated servers, and people's file saves going missing is just no bueno. What about new areas, new monsters, new guns? These are examples of the kinds of things they have to deliver in an ever-shifting and fickle marketplace. In addition, I believe this game passed up a significant chance for player versus player combat. PvE is the only mode offered by the game at the moment. According to the findings of my research, the development team intends to eventually include a PvP mode, but right now they're doing internal testing for balancing, so we don't know if or when it'll ever be implemented. Therefore, despite the fact Palworld is entertaining, making a purchase of this game at this time involves dealing with a major risk. I do enjoy playing this game, but I'm concerned about its longevity. When it comes to the latest trends, you and I are both aware that the internet is about as quick as Wally West when it comes to changing up. So do what you want with that information. Now, if you can't afford to buy Palworld at this time due to the high level of risk involved, but you still want to experience the feeling of risk, there is a choice available to you. Take the risk of clicking the card that's currently on the screen. It leads to my initial thoughts on Ubisoft's new Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. If you're interested in learning how Ubisoft was able to create such an exciting and emotionally engaging journey, all you have to do is click the card on the screen and give me some more watch time.